What's happening YouTube? Don Russo from Freeway Music. Today we're going to tackle the solo from John Mayer's Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. Let's jump into it. All right, we're going to start on the 9th fret of the B string, and we're going to hammer to the 12th fret of the B string. We're going to move up to the 14th fret of the B string, and we're going to do a full step bend release. Hold the 14th fret just a little bit. This whole solo is on the back of the beat, so try to sit on the back of the beat with everything you do. So instead of this, it's more of a, it's a little bit later there. And then we're going to the 13th fret, same thing. This time we're going to bend 1.5 steps. And this is on the G string, 13th fret. Sorry, yeah, 13th fret. Had a brain fart for a second there. When John Mayer plays this live, I've seen him go down to the 9th fret of the B string and do it here as well. So feel free to do it down there if you want to. It's a little harder to do the 1.5 step bend from here. It's also a bigger move. So I just stick with it in the 13th fret, but however you feel comfortable, it's great. And then we're gonna go to the 11th fret of the G string. This whole move is a bend, release, and then a pull off. Then we're gonna hammer our ring finger back down on the 11th fret and slide up. So this is gonna be on the 11th fret for this bend, then pull off to the 9th fret, then slide from 11 up to 13. This is all one picking motion, and that's what makes it sound so good on the record. It's got such a great touch. Here you go. Oh, one more thing too, in the recording you'll hear this note. The other guitar player is playing that note, so sometimes it sounds like it might be that note, which is fine. They're the same note, they're just an octave apart. I've seen John Mayer play it both ways live. Again, he never plays a solo really the same way twice, so. Or you can go however you feel comfortable. It's really however you want to do it. That's a little harder to get the finger up there, but cool. So this next piece is probably my favorite lick in the solo. It's a very like classic blues lick. That's a very classic blues lick. So make sure you add it to your repertoire, especially if you're doing blues. So we're gonna go from the 9th fret of the B string up to the 12th fret of the B string, then the 9th fret of the high E string. And those are kind of staccato. Then we're gonna bend, do a quick bend on the 12th fret of the high E string. Kind of has to be quick, honestly, to get to the next piece. But you're gonna kill it. It's sort of almost like a half step bend. Just a quick bend. Then we're gonna come up on the 9th fret of the high E string and B string, like, and you just do that twice. And then we're gonna go a full step bend on the 12th fret, then the 12th fret by itself. And then we're gonna play the B string, the high E string on the 9th fret, 12, pull off to the 9th fret of the B string. So then we're gonna do a right into this bend on the 11th fret. So then the bend goes right into this pull off from 11 and 9 on the G string, then the 11th fret of the D string. This is the tricky part. Then you go right back into another bend. I pull down on this bend. This is the 11th fret of the G string. I pull down because going up and then up again is a little bit harder. From here to go back up from there is a little bit harder for me than going pulling down. So I push up and then push down. So then we hammer 9 to 11 on the G string. And then from here, I use the momentum of that to pull off to the 9th fret and do what's called a below hammer. I'm hammering the string below here on the 11th fret of the D string, so. You can pick it. You can pick that one if you want to. I don't think you need to. I would just hammer it. Cool, and then this little piece here, the double stop slide, is actually, I've seen it both ways, but the way that most people play it is 11 and 12 on the G and B strings, sliding to the 13th and 14th fret of the same strings. And you just slide quickly and do it again, and then resolve here. Cool, and you can also do this here on the 7th fret of the high E and B to the 9th fret of the high E and B. That's how I originally learned it, because the way you end is to go from here to here, or even from here, is a little awkward, but here to there with the first finger felt very natural to me. In the recording I played it this way, but I've done it that way just as many times. So. Or however you feel, whatever works best for you. And then there's like a little piece at the end that a lot of people don't include, how the solo kind of walks back down to the F sharp minor leading into the bridge. So this is going to be starting on the 9th fret of the low E string, and then we go to the 7th fret of the A string, back to the 9th fret of the low E string, then the 7th fret of the low E, the 4th fret of the low E, open, and then kind of land that chord. So check it out. From here, and that'll wrap up the solo for you. You don't have to have that piece in there, but I think it's kind of nice, especially if you're playing it live or covering it. It brings you to that F sharp minor. It's a nice transition to that F sharp minor. All right, that was the solo from Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. If you don't mind, slow dance your fingers down to that subscribe button, like, comment, and check out our Patreon. We'll see you guys in the next video.